Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." These words serve as a profound reminder that while extending kindness to others is noble, neglecting our own well-being in the process can lead to unforeseen consequences. In today's world, where acts of compassion are celebrated and altruism is praised, it's easy to overlook the potential downsides of constantly extending a helping hand. However, Stoic philosophy offers valuable insights into the complexities of altruism and self-care. In this video, we embark on a journey to uncover the dark side of helping others through the lens of Stoicism. We'll delve into 11 surprising ways in which the act of helping can actually harm us, exploring everything from the psychological toll of excessive altruism to the subtle erosion of personal boundaries. From the perspective of Stoic philosophy, we'll navigate the intricate balance between compassion and self-preservation. We'll learn how to recognize the signs of burnout, set healthy boundaries, and prioritize our own well-being without sacrificing our desire to make a positive impact in the lives of others. So sit back, open your mind, and prepare to rethink the true meaning of compassion. Join us as we explore the Stoic perspective on the dark side of helping others and discover how to navigate this complex terrain with wisdom and resilience. Number 1. The Martyr Syndrome. Have you ever found yourself in a constant cycle of putting others' needs before your own? If this sounds familiar, you may be experiencing what psychologists refer to as the Martyr Syndrome. This phenomenon occurs when individuals prioritize the well-being of others to the detriment of their own mental and emotional health. It's like walking a tightrope without a safety net, where the pursuit of self-sacrifice can lead to a myriad of negative consequences. From a Stoic perspective, the Martyr Syndrome highlights a fundamental imbalance in our approach to virtue. Stoicism teaches us the importance of maintaining a sense of inner equilibrium and rationality, even amidst challenging circumstances. While it's undoubtedly admirable to lend a helping hand, neglecting our own well-being ultimately undermines our ability to be of genuine service to others in the long run. Consider the scenario where you find yourself constantly juggling the needs of family, friends, and colleagues while neglecting your own self-care. Over time, this pattern of behavior can gradually chip away at your sense of well-being, leaving you feeling emotionally drained and depleted. The Stoics would remind us that we have a duty to prioritize our own self-care, not out of selfishness, but out of a recognition that we cannot effectively help others if we are not in a good state ourselves. In essence, the Martyr Syndrome presents a double-edged sword. While it may earn us praise and admiration from those around us, it often comes at the cost of our own mental and emotional health. By embracing Stoic principles of self-care and moderation, we can learn to strike a harmonious balance between compassion for others and compassion for ourselves. In doing so, we pave the way for a more fulfilling and sustainable approach to helping others, rooted in wisdom and resilience. Number 2, dependency issues. Have you ever noticed that sometimes the more assistance you extend to someone, the more they seem to depend on you? This phenomenon highlights a crucial aspect of aiding others: the potential for dependency issues to emerge. While our intentions may be noble, excessive help can inadvertently foster a sense of reliance in those we're trying to assist, ultimately hindering their personal growth and self-reliance. From a Stoic perspective, enabling dependency can be seen as detrimental to both the helper and the recipient of aid. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of fostering autonomy and resilience, advocating for the cultivation of inner strength and resourcefulness in the face of adversity. While it's natural to want to alleviate the suffering of others, shielding them from challenges deprives them of the opportunity to develop the skills and fortitude needed to navigate life's obstacles. Imagine a scenario where you constantly step in to rescue a friend or family member from minor setbacks. Despite your good intentions, such actions inadvertently reinforce a pattern of dependency, where individuals become accustomed to relying on external assistance rather than developing their own problem-solving abilities. The Stoics would remind us that true empowerment comes from equipping others with the tools and confidence to face life's challenges independently. Ultimately, dependency issues perpetuate a cycle of learned helplessness where individuals come to believe that they are incapable of overcoming obstacles without external intervention. From a Stoic standpoint, this undermines the principle of self-reliance, which is fundamental to living a virtuous life. By striking a balance between offering support and encouraging autonomy, we can empower others to take ownership of their lives and cultivate the resilience needed to thrive in the face of adversity. Number 3, emotional drain. Helping others often involves lending a sympathetic ear and offering support during times of distress. While this act of compassion is undoubtedly commendable, it's essential to recognize the potential for emotional drain that accompanies it. When we absorb the problems and traumas of others without setting proper boundaries, we open ourselves up to a profound emotional toll that can impact our well-being. In Stoic philosophy, there's a recognition of the importance of maintaining emotional balance and resilience. Stoics advocate for practicing virtues such as temperance and fortitude, which enable individuals to withstand life's challenges without being overwhelmed by emotional turmoil. However, when we continually immerse ourselves in the suffering of others without adequate boundaries, we risk succumbing to emotional exhaustion and burnout. Imagine constantly shouldering the weight of others' burdens, absorbing their pain and suffering as if it were your own. Over time, this emotional labor can become overwhelming, leading to feelings of exhaustion and compassion fatigue. Without proper boundaries in place, helpers risk becoming emotionally depleted, leaving little room for their own needs and self-care. From a Stoic perspective, prioritizing self-care is not selfish, but rather a necessary component of living a virtuous life. Just as Stoics emphasize the importance of taking care of one's physical health through exercise and proper diet, they also recognize the need to tend to one's emotional well-being. By engaging in activities that replenish and rejuvenate us, such as mindfulness practices or spending time in nature, we strengthen our emotional resilience and fortify ourselves against the draining effects of helping others. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us the importance of maintaining perspective and recognizing the limits of our control. While we may empathize with the suffering of others, we cannot allow ourselves to be consumed by it. Instead, Stoics advocate for approaching life's challenges with equanimity and accepting that there will inevitably be aspects beyond our influence. In essence, while helping others is undoubtedly a noble endeavor, it's essential to approach it with mindfulness and self-awareness. By setting boundaries, practicing self-care, and cultivating emotional resilience, we can continue to offer support to others without sacrificing our own well-being. As Seneca once said, we should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired? Our vices will abort of themselves if they be brought every day to the shrift. This reflection underscores the Stoic emphasis on self-examination and continual improvement, reminding us that self-care is not a luxury, but a necessity for living a virtuous life. Number 4, enabling destructive behavior. In the pursuit of helping others, there exists a subtle yet significant danger: the inadvertent enabling of destructive behavior. This phenomenon, while rooted in compassion, can inadvertently reinforce negative patterns rather than fostering positive change. By closely examining the dynamics of enabling behavior through the lens of Stoic philosophy, we gain insights into how to navigate this delicate balance. Stoicism teaches us to focus on virtue and the pursuit of eudaimonia, or flourishing, which involves acting in accordance with reason and moral integrity. When applied to the context of helping others, Stoic principles can guide us in distinguishing between genuine support and enabling behavior. Consider the scenario of a friend struggling with addiction. Out of a desire to be supportive, we may offer financial assistance, provide a listening ear, or make excuses for their behavior. While these actions stem from compassion, they can inadvertently enable the continuation of destructive habits. Stoicism reminds us of the importance of virtue ethics, which prioritize moral character and ethical decision-making. In this context, enabling behavior contradicts the Stoic pursuit of virtue, as it may perpetuate harm rather than promote flourishing. Moreover, Stoic philosophy emphasizes the concept of living in accordance with nature and the inherent rationality of the universe. Enabling destructive behavior goes against this principle by perpetuating cycles of suffering and hindering the individual's ability to live in harmony with nature. By aligning our actions with Stoic values, we can strive to empower others to take ownership of their choices and pursue a path of virtuous living. Furthermore, Stoicism advocates for the cultivation of resilience and inner strength in the face of adversity. Helpers who enable destructive behavior may inadvertently undermine the individual's capacity for resilience by shielding them from the natural consequences of their actions. Stoic practices such as negative visualization and premeditation of adversity can help helpers anticipate potential consequences of enabling behavior and make more mindful decisions. In essence, while the impulse to help others is noble, it is essential to recognize the potential pitfalls of enabling destructive behavior. By aligning our actions with Stoic principles of virtue, living in accordance with nature, and cultivating resilience, we can navigate the complexities of assisting others with integrity and compassion. Number 5. Loss of identity. In the noble pursuit of helping others, there exists a subtle yet profound risk: the loss of one's own identity. This phenomenon, while often overlooked, can have far-reaching implications for individuals who dedicate themselves wholeheartedly to the service of others. By exploring this concept through the lens of Stoic philosophy, we can gain valuable insights into the importance of maintaining a sense of self amidst acts of compassion. Stoicism teaches us the importance of cultivating inner strength and resilience in the face of external challenges. When applied to the context of helping others, Stoic principles remind us of the necessity of maintaining our own identity and sense of purpose. Imagine a scenario where our days are consumed by the needs of those we assist, whether it be lending a listening ear to a friend in crisis or dedicating countless hours to volunteer work. While these acts of compassion are undoubtedly valuable, they can sometimes come at the cost of our own identity. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and introspection, urging us to reflect on our own values and priorities amidst our efforts to assist others. Stoic philosophy encourages individuals to live in accordance with nature and their own rational principles. In the context of helping others, this entails recognizing the inherent worth and dignity of each individual, including ourselves. By prioritizing our own needs and interests, we honor our own identity and affirm our place in the natural order of things. Moreover, Stoicism underscores the concept of the inner citadel, the idea that one's true refuge lies within the realm of their own mind and character. In the face of external pressures and demands, maintaining a strong sense of self becomes paramount. By engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment, such as pursuing hobbies or spending time in nature, we reinforce our own identity and fortify our inner citadel against external influences. In essence, while the impulse to help others is commendable, it is essential to guard against the loss of one's own identity in the process. By drawing upon Stoic principles of self-awareness, living in accordance with nature, and fortifying our inner citadel, we can navigate the complexities of assisting others while preserving our own sense of self and purpose. Number 6. Financial strain. One aspect often overlooked in the pursuit of helping others is the potential for financial strain that accompanies it. While our intentions may be pure, the act of consistently supporting others financially can have hidden costs that extend beyond our bank accounts. Let's delve into this topic and explore how it intersects with the broader theme of altruism and self-care. Consider the scenario of constantly lending money to friends or family members in need. While our initial instinct may be to provide assistance without hesitation, it's essential to recognize the long-term implications of this generosity. Over time, the cumulative effect of these financial contributions can add up, potentially jeopardizing our own financial stability and future security. Furthermore, the pressure to constantly be the financial lifeline for others can create a sense of obligation and burden that weighs heavily on us. We may find ourselves sacrificing our own financial goals and aspirations in order to meet the needs of those we're assisting, ultimately diminishing our own sense of agency and control over our finances. Setting healthy financial boundaries is crucial in mitigating the risk of financial strain when helping others. This might involve establishing clear guidelines for when and how we're willing to offer financial assistance, as well as communicating these boundaries openly and assertively with those involved. Learning to say no when we're unable or unwilling to provide financial support is equally important, even if it may feel uncomfortable or difficult in the moment. By setting healthy financial boundaries and learning to say no when necessary, we can ensure that our desire to help others doesn't come at the expense of our own financial well-being. Moreover, it's essential to recognize that true assistance is about more than just providing financial support. It's about empowering others to become self-reliant and resilient in the face of adversity. Sometimes, the most valuable gift we can offer is the encouragement and support to stand on their own 2 feet. While helping others financially can be a noble endeavor, it's essential to approach it mindfully and with awareness of the potential risks involved. By setting healthy boundaries, communicating openly, and prioritizing our own financial well-being, we can ensure that our efforts to help others are both sustainable and meaningful in the long run. Number 7, neglecting personal needs. In the noble pursuit of helping others, it's all too easy to neglect our own needs. Whether it's dedicating long hours to support a friend in crisis or consistently prioritizing the needs of others over our own, this selflessness can come at a cost: the neglect of essential self-care. Imagine a scenario where we find ourselves constantly on call, responding to the needs and demands of those around us while neglecting our own physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Over time, this pattern of behavior can take a toll, leaving us feeling depleted, exhausted, and burnt out. Putting others' needs above our own can lead to a neglect of essential self-care practices such as getting enough sleep, eating healthily, and engaging in regular exercise. Without these fundamental forms of self-nourishment, we become more susceptible to stress, illness, and emotional overwhelm. Strategies for prioritizing personal well-being while still helping others are essential in maintaining a healthy balance. This might involve setting aside dedicated time each day for self-care activities such as meditation, journaling, or going for a walk in nature. Additionally, establishing clear boundaries around our availability and willingness to offer assistance is crucial. Ensuring that we have the time and space to tend to our own needs is essential for preventing burnout and maintaining overall well-being. Furthermore, cultivating self-compassion and recognizing the importance of our own well-being is crucial in this process. Just as we would extend empathy and understanding to a friend in need, we must learn to offer the same kindness to ourselves. By prioritizing personal well-being, we not only replenish our own reserves, but also become better equipped to offer genuine support and assistance to others. In essence, while helping others is undoubtedly a noble endeavor, it's essential to remember that we cannot pour from an empty cup. By prioritizing our own needs and practicing self-care, we can ensure that our desire to help others comes from a place of abundance rather than depletion. After all, it's only by taking care of ourselves that we can truly show up for others in a meaningful and sustainable way. Number 8, overcommitting and overextending. In our eagerness to be of service, we may find ourselves saying yes to every request that comes our way, regardless of our capacity or bandwidth. This tendency to overcommit and overextend ourselves can stem from a desire to be helpful, a fear of disappointing others, or a sense of obligation to always be available. Picture a scenario where we're juggling multiple commitments, feeling stretched thin as we attempt to fulfill each obligation to the best of our ability. Despite our best efforts, we may find that we're unable to give each task the attention and energy it deserves, leading to feelings of stress, overwhelm, and frustration. The Stoics would caution against this tendency to overcommit, emphasizing the importance of aligning our actions with our highest principles and values. According to Stoic philosophy, it's crucial to recognize the limits of our time, energy, and resources, and to allocate them wisely in pursuit of what truly matters. By practicing discernment and saying no to commitments that don't align with our priorities, we can create space for the activities and relationships that bring genuine fulfillment and meaning to our lives. This may involve setting boundaries around our time and energy, learning to delegate tasks to others, or simply acknowledging when we need to take a step back and reevaluate our commitments. Furthermore, cultivating the virtue of temperance or moderation is central to Stoic ethics. By exercising restraint and moderation in our commitments, we can avoid spreading ourselves too thin and ensure that we're able to devote ourselves wholeheartedly to the things that truly matter. Ultimately, the key lies in finding a balance between our desire to be of service to others and our need to prioritize our own well-being and fulfillment. By practicing discernment, setting boundaries, and cultivating the virtue of temperance, we can navigate the delicate balance between service and self-care, leading to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Number 9, impact on relationships. In our interconnected world, the act of constantly helping others can exert a significant strain on personal relationships. Often, our intentions are rooted in compassion and support, yet the relentless focus on meeting the needs of others can leave little room for nurturing our own connections. Imagine a scenario where a partner dedicates the majority of their time and energy to assisting friends or colleagues, inadvertently neglecting their significant other. Despite their best efforts to be supportive, the imbalance in attention and priorities can sow seeds of resentment and dissatisfaction in the relationship. Moreover, constantly helping others can create a dynamic where our relationships become transactional in nature. Instead of genuine connection and intimacy, our interactions may revolve around the exchange of assistance and support. This can lead to feelings of disconnection and isolation, as the depth of our relationships is overshadowed by the roles of caregiver or rescuer. To navigate these complexities, it's essential to prioritize healthy boundaries within our relationships. This might involve setting aside dedicated time for quality interactions with loved ones, free from distractions or external obligations. By communicating openly and honestly about our needs and priorities, we foster a sense of mutual understanding and respect. Additionally, cultivating empathy and compassion within our relationships can bridge the gap between our desire to help others and our commitment to nurturing meaningful connections. Actively listening to the needs and concerns of our loved ones creates a supportive environment where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. In essence, while helping others is undoubtedly a noble endeavor, it's crucial to recognize the potential toll it can take on our personal relationships. By prioritizing healthy boundaries, open communication, and mutual respect, we ensure that our desire to help others does not come at the expense of our own connection and well-being. After all, the most meaningful support we can offer is often found within the context of genuine, nurturing relationships. Number 10. Unrealistic expectations. In the pursuit of helping others, we often set unrealistic expectations for ourselves and those around us. These expectations can stem from a desire to be perceived as reliable, capable, or altruistic, yet they can ultimately lead to feelings of inadequacy and burnout. Consider a situation where an individual takes on multiple responsibilities at work, volunteers in their community, and supports friends and family members in times of need. While their intentions may be noble, the sheer volume of commitments can create a sense of overwhelm and exhaustion. Furthermore, unrealistic expectations can strain relationships, both with ourselves and others. When we hold ourselves to impossibly high standards, we set ourselves up for disappointment and self-criticism. Similarly, when we impose unrealistic expectations on those we seek to help, we risk alienating them and damaging the trust and rapport we've worked so hard to build. Stoic philosophy offers valuable insights into managing unrealistic expectations by emphasizing the importance of focusing on what is within our control. According to Stoic teachings, we cannot control external events or the actions of others, but we can control our own thoughts, attitudes, and responses to those events. By adopting a mindset of acceptance and resilience, we can release ourselves from the burden of unrealistic expectations and cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment. This involves recognizing our limitations, setting boundaries, and prioritizing self-care to avoid burnout. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what is truly essential and what is merely a product of societal pressure or ego-driven desires. By aligning our actions with our core values and principles, we can focus our efforts on what truly matters and let go of unrealistic expectations that only serve to undermine our well-being. Number 11. Overlooking red flags. In our eagerness to help others, we sometimes overlook red flags or warning signs that indicate potential challenges or risks. These red flags can manifest in various forms, such as inconsistent behavior, boundary violations, or resistance to change. Consider a scenario where someone volunteers to mentor a colleague who is struggling with their workload. Initially, everything seems to be going well, but over time, the mentee begins to exhibit patterns of procrastination and defensiveness. Despite these warning signs, the mentor may choose to overlook them in an effort to maintain harmony and avoid conflict. However, ignoring red flags can have serious consequences, both for the individual seeking help and for the helper. For the person in need of assistance, failing to address underlying issues can perpetuate their struggles and prevent them from making meaningful progress. Meanwhile, for the helper, disregarding red flags can lead to frustration, resentment, and ultimately, burnout. Stoic philosophy encourages us to approach challenges with a rational and objective mindset, free from the influence of emotions or biases. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, we can recognize red flags as they arise and assess them with clarity and discernment. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us to embrace adversity as an opportunity for growth and learning. Instead of viewing red flags as obstacles to be avoided, we can see them as valuable feedback that can inform our decision-making and help us refine our approach to helping others. Ultimately, by incorporating Stoic philosophy into our approach to helping others, we can become more attuned to red flags and better equipped to address them in a constructive and compassionate manner. This not only enhances our effectiveness as helpers, but also promotes the well-being and resilience of those we seek to assist. In conclusion, while helping others is noble and fulfilling, it's essential to acknowledge the potential pitfalls and risks associated with it. By understanding the dark side of helping, we can approach it with greater awareness and caution, ensuring that our efforts are genuinely beneficial for both ourselves and those we seek to assist. If you found value in this exploration of the darker aspects of helping others, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Your support enables us to continue raising awareness and fostering meaningful discussion on important topics like this. Thank you for watching, and remember to prioritize your well-being while extending a helping hand to others.